Hey everyone, Jason Gelios, Michigan Realtor here. Wanted to share with you a question that I've been getting asked. I have home buyers that are asking the question, should I buy a house right now? And the reason why they're asking this is because it's April 4th, I believe, 2020, and we're dealing with COVID-19, we're dealing with a pandemic, we're dealing with, at least in Michigan, a shelter in place right now where you can't really leave your home unless you need necessities. So a lot of times, actually in general, people ask me, when should I buy a house? When is a good time? What's the best market to buy a house, right? So I just wanted to share my thoughts on this. First off, I hope everyone is well and safe and following the guidelines of staying at home unless you absolutely have to go out. So hope all of you are well. The best time to buy or sell real estate, I always say, is it's not dependent on what the market does. And I know many people out there will say, well, wait, how does that really make sense? Well, it makes sense like this because the best time to buy or sell real estate is when it's right for you. The best time to buy a home is when it's right for you. The best time to sell a home is when it's right for you. Many professionals will share with you that, the best time's now because of, the interest rates and all this stuff. And that may be true from a financial standpoint, but if it's not the best time for you personally, then why even bother? So I want to share with you too, a question that somebody asked me, and that's, can I get a better deal on a house during a pandemic? Are sellers willing to just drop their price? Right, let's say 20, 30 grand, depending on what price point you're in. I don't think that's the case. I personally don't think that right now a lot of sellers are hoping to jump out of their houses. You may get a small amount that are desperate to get out, but most people are hanging out right now. When you really think about it, like I'm in Southeast Michigan and we can't even show houses right now. It's technically illegal. So we have to wait until April 30th. Should you buy a house during a pandemic? I think if you can, yes. It also depends on your own personal financial situation. If you're not being as affected by this coronavirus, COVID-19, whatever you want to call it, if you are not laid off, if it makes sense for you financially, if you have a good amount in the bank to back you up, then yeah, go ahead and go for it, right? Because everybody's situation is different. Everybody has different things going on in their life. I follow the market, right? I'm a realtor. I follow the market. I have to know what I'm talking about. I have to know what it's doing. And so I can tell you what the market's doing, but I can tell you that personally, when my family and I, when we've shopped for a house, we weren't looking too much at what the market was doing. It was, does this make sense for us? Is this the right time for us? Great. So when you have a pandemic like this and people are thinking, some buyers are thinking, well, maybe I should buy a house now because, I'm okay. My financial situation's okay. I'm not losing my job. I'm not hurting as much as a lot of people. Maybe sellers are desperate. Maybe they want to get out and they're going to drop their price big time. Well, I don't see a lot of people doing that. At least in my market, I don't see a lot of sellers doing that. I don't see people standing outside like, come on, please, I want to sell my house. I just don't see it. Like any other time in the market when you're looking for a house, right? And I share this in the home buying classes that I do, where every seller is different. Every seller has different motivations. You could be dealing with sellers that are going through a divorce and they want out, or you are dealing with somebody that has to relocate and they have to sell fast. So every situation is different. It doesn't matter whether it's a pandemic or it's a great time, right? You gauge each seller with your offer. During a pandemic, does it mean you go out and you present a lowball offer? No. Maybe you could be more aggressive, but with this pandemic going on, I don't see a lot of people desperate to move right now. Everything's kind of at a standstill. So it's kind of sad. But it is what it is. We gotta be safe, right? So just know that just because it's a pandemic doesn't mean that you're going to get an awesome deal on a home. Your chances are very low. A lot of people are scared. A lot of people don't want people in their house right now looking at their house. I know several people that they just don't want showings until they get that shelter in place. lifted. I think most states are actually doing that, where it's shelter in place, stay at home. I hope you guys found this video helpful. I'll be sharing more videos like this where it's just a candid conversation. So if you're watching this on YouTube, hit subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss out on other videos. If you're watching this on it'sallabouttherealestate.com, which is my main website for my videos, go ahead and fill out the form so you receive this in your email every week. I'm Jason Gelios, Michigan Realtor. Be safe.